Well, Frank, I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. We came in contact through Mitch from one another, and I've been seeing your guys' core personal training.
Yeah.
I've been watching that, man. Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Mitch is a good guy. I've had him on many times. Highly recommended you. I've come across your podcast before, which is kind of funny. I was like, I already know that guy.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have you on, man, and happy to kind of hear more about what you guys are doing, also about you as well. So, could you tell me a little bit more about? Because I want to dive in first. I'm sure you've seen some of my episodes. I'm kind of all over the place. The core personal training. I'm excited to hear about this because the chronic pains that people deal with, the injuries, I'm not going to say excuses, but they're reasons that people stay out of the gym. You know what I mean? They get older, they start hurting, they start lifting, then they get injured again, You guys are, all about that shit. So could you just kind of walk me through how that all got started, how you guys created all that?
So I initially I'm a physical therapist by trade.
Okay.
I graduated I went to Benedictine and I played football at Benedictine. My freshman year, I tore my ACL, had surgery, tore it again my sophomore year. And I call that career day for me. And so that's what got me into being a physical therapist.
Okay.
And I actually had Mitch come on the podcast because I wanted to discuss his book. Mitch wrote a book paralleling, I believe it was Muslim and Christianity.
And
it was
the longest title ever.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about the book.
Uh-huh.
Well, we got on the podcast and come to find out, I didn't know that he got diagnosed with Crohn's.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that he was fixing it with his nutrition. And so the podcast had nothing to do with his book. I still want to have him come on and talk about that because I think that would be absolutely badass.
Oh, yeah.
And so anyway, he comes on and the whole entire podcast is about his Crohn's disease and, how the, GI doctors fucked everything up and how, he chose to fix his symptoms with his food versus getting on IV Remicade, which is what they wanted him to do. And so we did a 2-hour podcast about this. Well, my wife she's had 5 kids. Last 2 were C-section, and she's also had a lumbar fusion. And Mitch started coaching my wife regarding her nutrition. Well, let's back up just a little bit. I've had 10 orthopedic surgeries.
Damn.
Yeah. So my knees, I've had 4 on my knee, 4 here, 1 low back.
Yeah, you played football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I played football at Benedictine, had a total shoulder replacement. It got infected, had to take the shoulder out, put a spacer in, then to go back in and replace it. Then I tore my pec doing jujitsu, just something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You'll understand this. I sat Casey Gatame on a guy. He was digging his head into the mat, which wouldn't let me get my left arm behind his head. So I just posted way wide because what I was trying to bait him to do was take my back. Because if he takes my back, he's got to pick his head up.
Yeah. He snatched your arm?
No. As soon as he picked his head up, I shot my hand under his head, popped my damn pec.
Oh, really?
Fucking, that's all I did.
Yeah, I've had that happen too. I remember one time I was in somebody's guard and I just fucking postured up and I felt my lower back just snap. And because I get them a lot, I get bulging discs a lot in my L4, L5.
Yeah.
And it's just the stupid shit.
Yeah. And random. The guy on the bottom was like, what was that? And I'm like, well, it was either my bicep or my pec. I don't know. And so I was with Carlos. And so Carlos helped me get my gi off, and my whole pec was just like there was no indentation. It was all filled, arm black and blue, chest black and blue.
Where it rolls up.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful. So
was that painful?
No, it really wasn't.
Really?
It really wasn't bad. No, even post-op wasn't bad.
Really?
Maybe took 1 or 2 pain pills. But so anyway, I've had all these injuries, right? And my wife's like, Frank, I'm telling you, I feel so good following this nutrition plan. So one night, it's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Okay. It's cold as shit. I got a box of Intenman's donuts, which are fucking great. Okay. I pound them. Wake up that morning. We go to the gym and my back locks up on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done taking opioids. I'm done doing the injections in my back. I'm done with all of it. Call Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I start following this program. And initially felt like complete shit. No energy, sweats, you name it.
Right.
I had it. So what was going on was I was withdrawing from the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward probably 2 weeks, I feel like the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
I'm like not having to wear a back brace anymore when I work out, can put my shoes on, my socks on, my pants on, don't have to sit down to do it. My quality of movement significantly better. I'm not scared to move, which I was all the time, right? I was scared to move.
Right.
Scared that one little thing that I did was going to make my back lock up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, and Mitch was like, I told you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Mitch, with what I know about physical therapy, what you know about nutrition, we have to target this population.
Right.
Right. We have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
because they go hand in hand.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't have one without the other.
Right. Right.
And I out-trained a bad diet for years. I mean, I out-trained bad habits for years. Always worked out. Always.
Right.
But all of a sudden turn around and despite working out 5 and 6 days a week, have a fucking dad bod.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the hell, right? And so, like I said, I start following his program. In about 4 months, my percentage of body fat dropped from 24% to 17%. I put on 11 pounds of muscle.
Dang.
And I ultimately, I won't want to say don't have to take opioids, but I was taking 2 a day.
Yeah.
Now I take maybe 2 a week.
Yeah.
And if I do have an exacerbation in my symptoms, instead of it lasting 2 weeks and, having to get an injection or some type of pain management, it might last 2 days.
Right.
And it's not debilitating anymore.
Because you've learned how to fix it.
Well, not only, I've always known how to fix it, but the problem was my exacerbations were so severe because my inflammatory markers were so high because of what my diet was. Yeah.
Yeah. You were holding on to over 20% of body fat. Cutting it down to 17 helped you recover a lot faster.
Well, yes, that 100% is an issue, but you also have to take into consideration all the foods that you're eating that make you gain all that weight also shoot 2 things: C-reactive protein, erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Those 2 inflammatory markers get shot through the roof because of high sugar diets.
That makes sense.
Right? And so simultaneously, those same exact foods suppress the production of dopamine and serotonin in your gut.
Right.
Right. And so now there's this connection between orthopedic pain and mental pain.
Got you. Hey, let's take a quick break real quick. I'm going to swap that chair out. That chair's fucking bothering me. Remind me to throw that fucking chair out the window. Fucking swap that out. It was driving me nuts.
No problem.
I had some people over the other day. And what was that? Saturday? For Thanksgiving? And we kind of swapped chairs around. So that's the fucking squeaky chair. So continue. My bad.
Yeah, no problem.
What were you saying?
So anyway, those same foods that elevate inflammatory markers are those same exact foods that suppress the production of dopamine and serotonin in your gut. And so there's your connection between chronic pain physically and mentally. Right. So there it is. And there's also, chronic pain will take a certain pathway to the brain versus, like, let's say you burn yourself with that lighter. All right. There's your fast pain. That takes one pathway to the brain. Right. That chronic, dull, achy pain, your back pain, takes another pathway to the brain, which connects to the frontal lobe, which is your emotion center to the brain. So there's your other connection between orthopedic pain and mental pain. Really? Yeah. So I don't know about you, but like when I got chronic pain, I don't necessarily get depressed, but I get fucking angry.
Yeah, I get agitated.
Oh.
And that's why I try to tell people. It's like, I've been dealing with bulging disc since 27. I've gotten better at fixing.
How old are you, Gabe?
33.
Okay.
So when I first got it, it was something stupid. I hopped out of my truck for work like I do every day and fell. Okay. Like I just stepped down and something happened to where it just boom. You can feel that rip when it opens.
Can't breathe when it happens.
Like I tell people, I'm like, it's probably the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
I'd give the last 1% of a blowjob to never have low back pain again. It's that
Dude,
fucking
bro,
miserable.
You ain't fucking lying, dude. I would take that fucking offer.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I would give the last 1%. It's so fucking miserable.
Because I try to tell people, I'm like, dude, like. And when you're at the gym and everyone's cool, they understand, but I feel like a bitch sometimes. I'm like, damn, I got a fucking bulging disc right now. I can't do this and that. If they could only understand that little portion of your fucking spine, that it just makes everything like it curls you in and your hips are all fucking tight.
You can't do anything.
Any movement where you bend, it just opens up even more. So
you can't take a shit.
Yep,
you can't
exactly.
sit.
Can't
you can't stand. You got to just lay there. You can't lay there. Sex,
and
can't do anything.
Anything, dude. And all you want to do is just have your fucking legs up or something, to keep your spine fucking straight.
Awful.
I don't. Well, maybe I would wish this on a couple of people, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody else.
No, you got to be a pretty evil bastard for me to wish back pain on you. It's awful.
It's horrible, man. But talking to people, like when I met Mitch, him showing me kind of the hip stuff, like, for people who sit down in desks a lot, which I don't, but he was saying, like, when you sit at desks on a computer all day, a lot of people deal with lower back issues because of that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it's not a normal position.
Well, they're also keeping their hip flexors in a shortened position, which is going to cause you to go and do an anterior pelvic tilt, which will keep you in lumbar extension, which decreases circulation, right? And increases tension, right? And so if we're going to decrease chronic pain, not only if we're going to target it from an orthopedic standpoint, right? You could target from a food standpoint, which will you decrease your inflammation.
Right.
But if you're going to target from an orthopedic standpoint, you have to do two things. You have to increase circulation, you have to decrease tension. Period. Case closed.
But like you said, they both go together because not only, I don't know as much as you guys on the nutrition and the physical therapy side of things, but when I see a person who's 150 pounds overweight, and they're sitting at a desk all day long, to me, that's a recipe of disaster. You know what I mean? Because your nutrition's not on point.
No.
And you don't know how to, you're not stretching. You're not doing anything any type of, what am I thinking of here? Kind of like the McGill threes type, those type of exercises. I don't know what that's classified as.
No, the McGill Big Three are stabilization exercises.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
The McGill Big Three, that guy's a pretty smart dude.
Yeah.
And those are 100% necessary. But you could stabilize all you want. If you have poor circulation and too much tension, your pain ain't going away. Won't happen.
Okay.
There is a place for stabilization, 100%. The guy who completely and totally changed my life, other than Mitch, is a guy named Joe Hippensteel. So I was watching a podcast with Joe Rogan and Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo was thinking about having back surgery.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right,
and he did.
Did he end up having surgery?
And he regrets it.
Well,
yeah.
So he was talking about Joe Hippensteel. And so Joe Rogan's like, let's pull up his website. So they're going over and they're talking about everything. So I'm like, fuck it. I Googled Joe Hippensteel. And I emailed him. And in the email, it's like, hey, what do you do for a living? Blah, 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 blah. And so he called me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He's in San Diego, California. And he called me and he's like, dude, I can help you. Right. And I'm like, well, I've wasted $500 on way worse shit. And fucking, I've done that in 5 minutes in Vegas. So I'm like, here, let's go ahead and let's do it.
Yeah.
So I start going through the protocol. Back starts feeling 1,000,000,000 times better. And so he calls me up and he's like, I want you to be my representative in Missouri. I don't have anyone in Missouri who's certified.
Right.
Well, the certification is like $10K.
Oh.
Right. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Like right now with core personal training, all my money is going back into growing that business.
Right. Your business, yeah.
And we've went coast to coast recently, signed up someone in LA, signed up someone in Syracuse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we're targeting the whole entire country.
That's awesome. Because do you do online based as well?
It's all online.
Oh.
All of it's online. Now I do some in person with athletes, but the core personal training is all online.
Oh, okay. Because some of your videos you'll have people there, so I didn't know if that was
no. And I actually talked with Moss Marketing Group about that because our message is really there's gray matter in there,
Mm-hmm.
and core personal training is 100%.
And that might be me too. I'm
No,
not saying
it's not
you.
you.
Like, because I don't see all the reels, so maybe I missed that.
There
one.
is gray matter in
Okay.
our reels,
Okay.
and
Gotcha.
that's partly my fault.
Gotcha.
So, but the program is completely and totally online.
Mm-hmm.
You get an app that shows you all your exercises. I also have in our app self-treat home exercise program of how to treat everything from head to toe.
Really?
Right. So if you come to me and you're like, yo, Frank, I fucked up my shoulder lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Here, go to that video. It's right there. That's part of why,
Mm-hmm.
here, bottom line, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
But there's 30 years of intellectual property between myself and Mitch.
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing when I hear when someone hires an electrician and they're like, God damn, that's expensive, but you only have to do this, this, and this. Well, then you do it.
Go fucking do it.
Yeah, that guy took fucking 15 years to develop the skills that he has now. He's going to charge you. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
And I mean, and that's what I told Mitch, and I told Dane at Moss Marketing Group. I'm like, here's the deal. There's no barriers to entry into the fitness space.
Mm-hmm.
None. It's a good thing for the coach. It's bad for the consumer.
Right.
Right. And it's because, any dude or any girl with a nice ass and big tits could get online and fucking put training behind their name. And the girls are going to be like, yeah, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
Right. Or the guys are going to be like, hey, I want to work with her, or I want to look like him.
Mm-hmm.
And here, I got a friend of mine that fucking smokes weed all day long, eats terrible, but he takes his shirt off and he's fucking shredded.
Right.
Right. But he don't know dick about fitness and training.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be able to get you to look like that.
Well, half those people are selling you a fucking pipe dream. They're not being honest with what they're on or what they're doing.
No. And the other thing is, like, they're trying to make this, I don't want to say they're making a promise, but they're saying, hey, you're going to do X, Y, and Z without giving up A, B, and C. Well, you're going to give up something.
Yeah, you're always going to give up something.
You're going to give up something, and depending on what your goal is, the higher your goal is, the more sacrifice you're going to have to make.
Yeah.
And so there ain't no way around it. Like, you got to have discipline, and then after you have discipline, then you can have desire, and then you can have delight. Like someone like you and I, who like you train jujitsu, you know damn good and well, you need that shit now.
Yeah.
Now you delight in it,
Mm-hmm.
but you had to initially discipline yourself to go.
Yeah.
You didn't delight in it until you disciplined yourself.
Yep.
And that ain't any different than working out.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't discipline yourself, then you will not desire to do it. You will not delight in doing it. Me personally, I can't function without it. I'm a miserable son of a bitch when I don't get to do it.
And you have to have a reason. You got to find that reason.
And your reason can't be vanity, because that shit's going to go away. And not for nothing, half those people that step on stage, number one, I think y'all look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You look sunk in. You look unhealthy. It's not sustainable. And it's just not my thing. I shouldn't say they look like shit. That's fucking mean. But it's not my deal, right? Like here, my wife's 5'11". She's blonde. I don't know if you've ever seen her. She's fucking gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And all these people are like, you going to do a show? 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 And finally, I just like, no.
Yeah.
She ain't fucking doing a show.
Yeah.
Quit asking her. I don't tell her what she can and can't do, but no. I married a 5'11", voluptuous girl, and you all ain't fucking putting her on stage and making her 3% body fat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either.
No, it does nothing for me. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like six packs on girls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a flat stomach, but I don't want a six pack on her.
Yeah, not an aggressive one.
No,
least.
I mean you can have like a little
like you
outline.
said, the 2% body fat. That's a lot.
God,
yeah,
it's not my thing.
Mm-mm. Everything's sunken in. Ass is sunken in.
Right. Like, do I respect the grind? 100%. Do I respect the discipline? 100%. Is it something for me? No.
Yeah, I got buddies that are into the bodybuilding stuff. Although I do think it's cool that the human being can push itself to that limit. That's cool. But you ask any chick if they like any of those guys, it's very small percentage that really like that. Yeah. Or the chick, ask a dude if they like any of those chicks that are up on stage. Most will probably say no. What's funny is that when I see some of these girls or guys on Instagram, they look better like a month after the show
Than they do on stage.
100%.
100%.
I really don't get it, man. And that's not to knock, like you said, it's not to knock what they're doing, whatever.
No, I mean, here, look what we like to do in our spare time. We put on our pajamas and roll around with guys.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, you know, I'm a no-gi guy, but yeah.
Either way. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I do like to roll with dudes, you know, it's a little weird, but, you know, kind of,
they sweat
I just
in your
embraced
mouth
it.
sometimes. I mean, so it's like, come on. So
Bro,
who am I
we
to
all
throw
have
stones?
our fucking weird vices. I get it.
But anyway, you know, this program, like if you're one of those people who you're like, hey, I want to step on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, can I get you ready to step on stage? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my jam? No. Is that what drives core personal training? No, not even close to being close.
Well, I think sometimes it fucks people's head up too. You know what I mean? And mine as well. Like when I'm going through my fucking phone and I'm looking, is that my phone?
That's yours right
there.
Yeah,
There you go. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
And when I'm going through my phone and I'm looking at these guys and these girls on Instagram, you know, it fucks with me, man. Like, I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, how do I get fucking bodied up like that? Like, I'm working out 3 to 4 days a week. I'm training at least. Well, now I've been not training as much, maybe 1 to 2 days a week. But when I was training a lot, like, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm eating pretty decent. Of course, I'm not the greatest, you know, but throughout the week, I'm eating pretty good. But I just can't get myself to that level.
You won't without a couple things.
Well, I'm on a couple things too. So that, I mean, that doesn't even, you know what I mean? You can X that out.
Well,
you know?
So here, if you're probably taking TRT.
Yeah, I'm on TRT.
Okay. All right. So those guys that look the way they look, number one, they're hyper disciplined with their food.
Right.
And they understand the concept of weekends do matter.
Because that's the majority of it, right? Yeah. I know.
Weekends
that's
do
my
matter.
Fucking weakness.
But they're also probably taking 300 or 400 milligrams of test a week and probably 700 milligrams of tren.
Yeah.
And it is so bad for you.
Yeah, I know.
It is so bad.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
But I still didn't look like those guys. So that's what I try to tell
then
people.
It's your food.
Like right now, I'm on DECA and TRT right now.
Get off DECA.
And I love DECA though.
DECA will make your dick soft.
And I've never had that issue for years.
Okay, well, be careful.
I don't run it all year round though. I run it like maybe once or twice a year.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you get DECA dick.
Yeah. There's no going back?
Well, it's going to take a long time because it's not a dick problem. It's a brain problem.
Oh, really?
And all the Viagra and Cialis in the world will not make it go up.
Really?
So I would be hyper cautious.
Fuck.
I like DECA because it makes my joints feel good.
That's why I like it too.
Right. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch it because nothing worse than a soft dick.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I hope I don't have that issue. Fucking knock on fucking wood.
Are you
over
taking,
here.
so you should be, however much DECA you're taking, you should be taking double the testosterone.
Yeah, which I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do like pretty much right now my cycle is I'll do a CC on Monday, half DECA, half TRT. Then I'll do a half a CC of TRT on Wednesday. Then I'll do another full CC on Friday of TRT and DECA blend.
Right.
So that's usually what I do, which is not a ton. I mean, it's
No,
all right. Some of those guys are blasting
doing
fucking double of that shit, you know.
You're doing 125, so you're doing 375.
Yeah, it's
and
all
then
the vials are all 300.
200. So you're doing 150, so 450, and then you're doing 200 of DECA. That's probably where you're at. 450 a test and 200 a DECA.
No, it'd be 300 DECA.
300 DECA?
Yeah, it'd be 300 DECA. It's because 300 on the TRT and 300. Yeah, no. So I'm looking more. I'm like 600 and 600. So
you're doing
hold on.
TRT 300 milligrams per milliliter.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing a half a milliliter three times a week.
I get asked this. I don't even know that. I just talked to my buddy and he fucking arranges it for me.
If you got test 300,
yeah,
you're doing a half a milliliter 3 times a week. You're doing 450 milligrams of test. If you're doing DECA 300, half a milliliter twice a week, you're doing 450 and 300. Is what you're doing.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
I think
you're doing 450 and 300.
I just get told where to put it out on the syringe and fucking do it.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's the psychological issues that come with doing tren.
Yeah. Oh, DECA too. There's a little bit on DECA too. I feel it.
Well, when I say psychological issues, have you ever like really dove into tren? Like
I did Masteron.
I mean, you're talking Masteron's not near as toxic as tren.
Yeah.
But you're talking about psychosis.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm agitated.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about psychosis, and that's with high doses for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Right? I've done a very small amount of tren, excuse me. Like 150 to 200 milligrams weekly for probably like 6 weeks. I did it, and I'm convinced that's what they gave the Incredible Hulk. Right? I mean, it's fucking unbelievable.
Does it? Is it fucking?
Oh, it's fucking great. It's unreal. But
I get tempted. I'm just like,
so,
I don't know if I want to open up this can of worms yet.
You don't like. I did not have any psychological effects, which is why I did Tren Ace. I did it. I started out super small, gradually increased my dose. Started out like 75, then went to 100, 125, 150, and then I capped around 150 is where I capped at. But I did Tren Ace because I knew that if I got skittish, I only had to suck it up for about 48 hours because then it's out of your system. Right?
Gotcha.
So, but I'll tell you, 150 milligrams of Tren, you'll notice it, dude.
Yeah.
Significant. And that's why them dudes that push, 750.
Yeah, I think I never went to it just because I don't. I'd like to get, nice size, you know what I mean? But the only reason I stick to the Deca blend, when I do it like twice a year, is because of the joints.
Yeah.
That's why I started.
You'll never be able to do BJJ on Tren. You just won't. You can't do it.
Why?
Cardio.
Oh, yeah.
You just won't be able to do it.
Yeah, and I like my cardio.
You got to be able to go for 6 minutes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And sometimes 3 and 4. Are you competing
5,
in tournaments?
Yeah. Yeah, I've competed in tournaments.
Yeah, so you'll never have the cheese to compete in a tournament.
Yeah.
On Tren.
And that's the only way, because I compete in I'm 215, so whatever that fucking weight is. And a lot of those guys are a lot bigger than me. I'm only like 5'10" and a half. So usually where I get around, them is usually with cardio, wear them down and then fucking, start working.
Yeah. Well, and you got to look at, I always liked heavier guys. Like the weight class that I did the worst in was the 185. Because those dudes are strong as oxes and they can go for fast and they can go for days.
Yeah.
So I always did better at the higher weight class because I was faster than those guys, and then I was equally as strong. And I could deal some of them fits.
Yeah. No,
but,
you're right. And like I said, and I've talked about, gear use on here, plenty of times. And although I'm not recommending it, I think people act a little more taboo about it than really what it is. You know what I mean? Like if you got some people around you, which I have, like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable on it, but I got people in my circle that know how to read blood work. They know what they're doing. I see it in them. Like they're able to guide me and be able to kind of walk me through this.
Well, and I get my blood work done every 3 months.
Yeah.
And my doctor knows that I use.
Yeah.
I told her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I have an online one where I go and I set it up and then I go down to Concentra or whatever those blood places are. And I'll Quest. That's what it is. And they send it and then I get my shit back in an email and, I'll have all my stuff in there. But so I monitor it. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know. Everybody makes it like as if it's such a bad thing. Is there consequences to it? Yes. But so is getting fat as fuck eating fast food all the time.
And nobody says shit about that.
Nobody says shit. And that's what drives me nuts. It's like, you find out that I'm running TRT. And the TRT thing drives me fucking nuts because I don't see anything wrong with TRT. And yet everybody who comes to me and they're talking to me, they're like, oh, no, man. Because I always tell them, I'm like, hey, how old are you now? I'm 40 or 35. When was the last time you had blood work done? I don't even remember. Well, go get blood work first. Let's look at that. And then we can decide which route we want to go.
Yeah. And
know what I mean?
And these internists and these endocrinologists, primary care doctors, your testosterone range is between 400 and 800. All right. I'll tell you right now, if you're at 400, you're going to feel like shit.
I was at 213 when I first got my shit checked.
I was at 96.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, I was probably your age. You're 33?
Yeah.
I was probably right around there.
Yeah, because I started on TRT when I did a small cycle of TRT or test test 200 or whatever it was, like when I was like 27. I did it one time. I tried it. It was fucking crazy. Like that first time that you use it, and then like I remember doing chest that day, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and my whole chest was just. I felt like I had the massive pump, man. It was crazy.
Here, my doctor, because my wife, she was like, "I'm not dealing with this," because I had no sex drive at all.
Oh, really? See, I didn't have that symptom.
Zero.
And that's why I didn't think that my test was low.
No, I had no sex drive. My wife's like, "You need to go to the doctor, figure out what's going on. I'm not dealing with this."
Yeah.
you know, and so I go to the doctor, my test is 96. She gives me a booster shot in the office. And then a day and a half later, I'm chasing my wife around the house. You know, it was like,
Really?
and that's where I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the way I want to feel.
Yeah. Well, why is everybody so taboo about it then? What do you think it is?
I think internists and primary cares, they don't want to fuck with it.
Do you know what they say? I had one guy tell me he had his blood work done, and they're like, "Oh, you're at 350, which is the normal range."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?
No,
what is normal? What does that even mean?"
Yeah. Well,
a number defines normal.
They don't treat. They treat the number versus treating your symptom when it comes to testosterone.
Right.
Right. And probably because there's not a whole lot of money behind it from a big pharma standpoint, right? If you look at the statins, if you look at diabetic medications, if you look at blood pressure medicines, and you look at how much money they generate a year.
Yeah, they don't want you to be healthy.
No. I mean, look at the opioids.
They can't sell you a pill.
in the mid 90s, the opioid industry was about a $40 million industry. By 2002, I think it was a $4 billion a year industry. And all of it was because they were able to make pain a fifth vital sign.
Yeah.
Right. And so now when you went into the doctor and complained of pain, if they got audited by whoever accredited them was a ACHC or JACO, and they come in and audit you and they're like, hey, these people are complaining of pain. What did you do to treat it? Mm-hmm. And then they would fucking ding them. And so what's the easiest way to fix that? Well, I'm going to treat the pain. And how can they do it without disrupting their time? Write a script.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
And so there you are. Now you got your opioid crisis.
Well, yeah. And then you have these pharmaceutical companies probably making big donations to these colleges and taking doctors out to eat. And,
fuck that. What about the fact that the pharmaceutical industry is the only industry that is not governed by an anti-kickback law?
An anti-kickback law?
Meaning the drug companies can kick back physicians for writing.
Wow. Okay.
Listen to my podcast with Chuck Termini. He was a pharmacist.
Crazy.
Because we talked about the vaccine, and he goes, "Well, you're asking me the wrong question." He's like, "Tell me why this is the case. Why is there no anti-kickback law? Like, I can't pay an orthopedic surgeon to send me patients. Mm-hmm. I'll go to jail, or I'll get my license taken away."
So the healthier side of treating people gets neglected, but yet the money-making, fast, put a Band-Aid over the fucking symptoms. They can just get whatever.
All day long. Ask any doctor. I had Doc Cicero on my podcast. I was like, how much nutrition study did you get in school? He said, none. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And then who's the first person you're probably going to go to for nutrition advice? Probably your doctor.
Your primary care physician.
They don't know dick.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know, you got to find that information out on your own. And then if you sit there and if you go and you follow the research, your doctor's still going to say, oh, well, don't eat that much red meat. Oh, don't eat that much fat. Oh, don't eat that much this, because they demonize fat. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Cheerios are heart healthy.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're fucking terrible for you.
Red meat causes cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. But Cheerios they're heart healthy. Right. And so it's like, come on, man. Yeah. You know, like even my cardiologist, so they gave me a statin. They wanted my LDL under 100. I got it under 100. It was 88. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, the new standard's 50. We want to increase your dose, or we want to give you another pill. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. So finally, I just stopped taking the statin altogether. Mm-hmm. My LDL is around 125. And I'm like, no, fuck it. I eat red meat every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I'm not getting on a statin.
You ever think we'll break away from that? You think it's heading to that direction where people are starting to wake up, you know, due to podcasts, due to independent journalism becoming more common now?
Yeah,
videos
what about
on
that
YouTube.
Dr. Hasim Zamorta, that cardiologist? He got fired because he refused to prescribe statins.
Oh, really?
He said there is no evidence at all that statins do anything other than lower your LDL. And there is no evidence that a lower LDL prevents cardiovascular events. He's like, no, I'm not writing statins. He won't. You ought to listen to that podcast with him.
Yeah, I should.
It was great.
That's crazy.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so they're making examples. So everyone else shuts up and gets in line. You know, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope we break away from that. That's what I'm hoping. The more and more I see people that are looking into stuff and they're listening to these podcasts and they're making these changes in their life, it's proof.
I think
right there.
COVID exposed a couple things. One, it exposed how fucking stupid we are.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you'd have told people that farts spread COVID, motherfuckers been walking around with diapers.
They would.
I-
Yeah.
I mean,
you ain't lying.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, and so it exposed how gullible and stupid we are, and it also exposed how much they lie to us.
Yeah.
Right.
And have been lying to
Yeah,
us.
I mean, here I had girls in my office who were pregnant, and the doctors were like, "Yeah, my OBGYN said that the vaccine's safe." I'm like, "How? How? Tell me how."
Yeah.
There's only one way that you're going to be able to tell if the vaccine is safe. It has to be a function of time, right? So here in the 70s, we thought thalidomide, 60s and 70s, we thought thalidomide was the greatest drug in the world to give pregnant women for morning sickness until babies were born with no fucking limbs, right? And so, no, it wasn't safe. Now, was it? Right? But these doctors make these bold statements when they fast-tracked some vaccine and said, oh, it's completely safe. And these pregnant women were taking it.
Yeah.
And all these people took this vaccine, right? I was forced to take it.
Yeah. That's the shit that pissed me off is
Yeah.
the forcing. It's
Yeah.
one thing to have something and it's available. You want to give people the option? Go ahead. But when you're forcing people,
Yeah.
you're going to get fired or you have to take this.
What
That's
happened,
fucked up.
what happened to me was I owned my own clinics at the time, and Medicare told me they weren't going to reimburse me unless I showed them proof of vaccine. That's 25% of my business.
You should have just fucking made one.
Well, I wish I could have. You know?
There were some guys selling that shit, dude. Because
Yeah.
at one point it was just like a laminated piece of paper.
That's all it was.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Fucking type that shit up. Fucking send it in.
You know,
But who knows? The fear of, are they going to trace this back? Are they going to look deep into it? Am I going to get audited? You know what I mean?
I didn't. I was too scared. I
Yeah.
was scared of losing. I could not afford to lose 25% of my business.
Yep.
So I took the jab.
Yep.
Um,
Have you had any side effects since?
no, thank God.
Thank God. A lot of people who have.
Yeah, I have not.
A lot of people
no.
died.
I did not have. I actually felt more sick from taking the vaccine than I did when I actually got COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, because I got COVID too. It was all
I got
right.
it twice.
Yeah.
I was
I
like-
lost my taste and smell for a while. But, you know, I mean, when I was growing up and I had the flu, I was shitting and throwing up, you know what I mean? Like at the same time. So it's like you're going to have symptoms going through some of these type of different flus.
I used to lose my taste and smell every single time when I got sick as a kid.
Really?
Every single time.
I thought about that. I never paid attention, so I don't know.
Every
you know?
time I got sick as a child, I lost my taste and smell.
Really?
Every single time. I didn't with this time when I got COVID, though.
Really?
Nope.
But that's the thing, though. You know, you say that COVID exposed a lot of things, and it did. But one thing I'm noticing as human beings, we have short memories.
1,000%.
Because,
yeah.
I mean, me as well. Like, I remember during COVID, I remember how pissed off I was. I started podcasting during COVID. Like, I had a lot of shit to say about it. You know, I was watching all these, the Dark Horse podcast, Rogan, all these independent, when Peter McCullough went on and fucking exposed pretty much everything. I mean, he was the originator of the mRNA vaccine or whatever. So he was the guy, you know, and they weren't listening to him.
How about I had a doctor that worked for Pfizer that I asked to come on my podcast. He had to get clearance to do it, and they wouldn't let him.
Really?
No. And how come every single person who made any comments against the use of masks, against the use of vaccine, against the use of social distancing, had evidence to back it? If you didn't listen to that shit quick, it was going to get taken down really fast.
Yeah, I remember that.
Really fast. You know, there was that one guy that came on. He was like, look, guys, the COVID virus is a tenth of the size of the biggest particle that the best mask is going to block.
You'd have to get a fitted, like, actual like one of them respirator fucking masks.
Yeah. He's like, but you guys all want to continue to wear them. And for some reason, still, when I see someone wearing a mask, it shouldn't, but it infuriates me.
Yeah,
I'm just like, to what end are you guys going to wear this fucking thing?
Or were they in their car by themselves? Yeah, that drives me fucking
You know,
nuts.
I'm just thinking, I mean, it's been 5 years.
What kills me, and I don't see it a lot, is when I see kids have it on with their parents, you know.
Yeah.
And I see it every now and then, not as normal as just individual people, but it's just like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right now?
I mean, all of it was basically to see just how much can we control them.
Could you
fear.
push? Yeah.
Yeah. How much can we control them? And you know what?
It worked.
It worked.
It fucking worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
And you know, you still have people argue over it. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
They tried to fucking at my job when I kept telling them I didn't want the vaccine. They were like, well, you are the only one. And I think there was like 3 of us that wouldn't get it. And they're like, well, you guys are the only ones left. Like, I really think you should. You'll get an extra day of PTO. I'm like, what the fuck? An extra day of You want me to take an experimental vaccine?
For 8 hours.
Yes. For 8 hours of fucking bullshit pay. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what you're going to roll out for me?
Or the donuts. You get donuts.
Here, give me both of them. Give me a couple boosters while you're at it. It's like, come on, man.
Who's getting the boosters? Are there people actually getting that
fuck
shit?
Yeah. Here, I had people coming into my office and they'd want to know who got vaccinated.
Really?
And because they weren't going to work with anyone that wasn't vaccinated. And my comment to them was, we can't help you. Because I'm not asking and I ain't forcing anyone to tell.
Yeah, did we forget about HIPAA laws during that time?
I'm like, if you're that freaked out about it, go someplace else.
I know, dude, it's fucking wild.
I
really don't know. What's the next one? That's what I'm worried about.
It's only a matter of time. Here I think
it's getting weird.
I'm getting ready to say some shit that's going to get
drop it
here. But as long as we have a Republican in office, we're probably fine.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't think so. I'm a libertarian, so
yeah,
I don't.
I think if you look at the agenda,
but look at the Republicans. What Republican? So look, I've been a libertarian for a long time. I ended up voting for Trump this last election because he ran off of libertarian ideologies. Wanted to cut taxes, income tax. Wanted to abolish the IRS. No more wars.
Well, yeah, but
bring down immigration.
Let's make sure we're defining libertarian between staunch liberal. Mm-hmm. I think that's very different.
No, I'm a conservative libertarian.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a moderate.
Yeah.
Here, and I voted for Obama.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 100% a moderate. The problem is the left went so far left it makes moderates look far right. I mean, here, come on. They turned Bill Maher and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is who got Trump elected, in my opinion.
Well, Rogan always says that he's a liberal at heart. I've always looked at him as a libertarian, but that's me.
He's a moderate, I think.
Yeah.
He's sensible.
Yeah.
And there's far right who is crazy and far left who's crazy.
I mean, but that's what we're seeing right now. That's why I'm so infuriated with the Trump and his party right now. It's like, you guys talked all this shit on fucking Democrats, which they deserve. But yet we're still doing the same things, just in a different sense. You know what I mean? Like in this category, it's a lot of bullshit going on. But it's okay because, we're able to get trannies out of sports and get trannies out of the military and whatever else they fought with them on. But yet you're doing this.
I don't see an issue with getting trannies out of the military. I don't care. Like, if you want to go fight for this country, knock your fucking lights out because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right? Now, a genetically born male competing as a female is fucking preposterous.
For sure.
Particularly in combat sports.
For sure.
I mean, we've seen it. How many times has a genetic female got fucking destroyed in a combat sport by a genetically born male? You cannot compete with years and years of testosterone. You're talking bigger bone structure, bigger jaw, bigger fist, bigger feet, bigger shins, bigger everything. Like, I think it's incredibly irresponsible for a coach to let his female athlete compete in a combat sport again. These are trained people. Like, if me and you went and fought a girl that's trained, she's going to kick our ass.
Yeah.
Okay, we went and fought Joanna Jacek, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes, and they're going to fucking destroy us. Right. I mean, it's going to be embarrassing. Mm-hmm. But a trained male that's not very good against a trained female, he's probably going to fuck her up.
Right.
It's just, it's irresponsible.
I wouldn't even say just a combat sport. I say any sports.
Well, clearly, look at the swimmer.
Or even fucking homecoming, man. I went to my brother's homecoming game years back, and it was a dude that won the homecoming queen. And I'm looking at all these girls that are out there with their parents, hoping to be homecoming queen, and they got it taken away from a guy.
Right.
And I get it, dude. You think you're a girl? I'm sorry, you? But you can't take it away from the fucking majority.
Here's my thing. My heterosexuality should in no way, shape, or form be an imposition to the LGBTQ community. Right. It should not at all. Just like theirs should not be an imposition of me.
Exactly.
All right. And so when you ask my 13 and 14 and 12-year-old daughter to use a unisex bathroom when there's dudes in there, no, I'm really fucking uncomfortable about that. And honestly, I don't want to take a piss next to a fucking 14-year-old girl.
No, I'm good.
I don't.
Have a family restroom or something. Go
and so
there.
that, in my opinion, is an imposition on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely and totally unfair.
I think if you care, though, I don't give a fuck. And that's always kind of helped me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how people look at me. Now, granted, some people are getting targeted, like doxxed to their jobs and shit like that. That's fucked up.
Right.
Okay. On either side.
Right.
Because I've seen the doxing on the right wing side. I've seen doxing on the left wing side. You guys got to leave each other the fuck alone. Okay.
Right.
So
that's like I say, like what a guy chooses to do with his genitals, as long as they keep him away from kids, fuck it. Knock your lights out.
Right.
I don't care. I don't. Just don't fuck with me.
Yeah. Let me live my life the way I want.
Yeah. And don't ask me to fucking use your pronouns. I don't want to hear like don't come to me when we're
I've
having
never had anybody ask me.
Don't
But I
come to
haven't met
me
too many trannies.
when we're having a one-on-one conversation and give me your pronouns.
Yeah.
Because I only have to use your pronouns if I'm speaking about you in the third person, which means I'm talking to someone else about you.
Right.
So if we're having a one-on-one dialogue, I don't need to use your pronouns. I'm not going to use he at all in this conversation when I'm talking to you. So it's just like I don't need your pronouns. It's a one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think we've moved over that hump. My problem is kind of where I was going with that is that the right and the left just the two wings of the same bird, man. And even me when I voted for him, and what I've seen on what is it, almost a year now of him being in office, I'm saddened to see the similarities between the two parties. Because I thought he was going to be different.
Here, as a middle class person, you have no business being right or left.
Is there a middle class anymore?
Yeah. You're getting fucked either way.
Right.
I mean, so the right's going to take from you and give to the rich, and the left's going to take from you and give to the poor.
Yeah.
You're either way, you're getting fucked.
Yeah. And then both of them are given to fucking every foreign nation they can. So yeah.
So it's like, here, you're going to get screwed no matter what.
Yeah.
So, and here, they're never people who want to make their votes based on gun control, stupid. The left's never going to be
single issue voters.
They're never going to take your guns away.
Mm-hmm.
They may make it harder to get one. They're not taking it away. And you people who want to vote right solely on abortion, you're always going to be able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to travel from one state to the next, but you're going to be able to get your abortion if you want to get your abortion.
Well, it depends on it. The problem is federal government. I've always told people that if we were to keep everything state, give states back the power, you'd have freedom to choose where you want to live that meets kind of your beliefs and your values.
Well, you don't even got to choose where you want to live. If you want to go get a procedure done in another state, you can go do that.
Right. But if the federal government makes it a mandated law nationwide.
But they haven't done that yet.
Hey, but it's always a possibility. Just like the gun thing. It's a possibility they could take it away. You never know.
I don't think so.
You don't
think
I really
so? No, not in this country.
It's been happening in other countries. Yeah, but what makes us different?
But let's look at what's happened. See, here's my argument with this whole gun control thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at what every single country who's taken guns away has done, right? They slaughter your fucking ass, right? The Germans... Now here, they did have some strict gun laws already before the Third Reich, okay? But Hitler disarmed his country and then fucking slaughtered everyone. Stalin disarmed his country and he killed more people than Hitler.
Yeah.
But he did it in the confines of Russia and we're pretty much fine with that. If Hitler would have stayed within the confines of Germany, we probably would have left his ass alone. But he traveled east into Poland and we were like, we don't really like that.
Or some would say that the little hats may have had something to do with that as well.
I mean, so
of making Hitler the big boogeyman.
So
it's the conversation that we have because it's so funny that when it comes to Hitler and other figures that have committed mass genocide, for some reason Hitler always gets the fucking hat, the king of all hats. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's been genocide committed all throughout history.
Here. Who's been killed more than in the name of Jesus?
Christians.
Right. Yeah. I mean, more people have been killed in Jesus' name, and one of our,
brother.
What's number 4? That shall not kill. I think it's number 4. I mean, it probably should be number 1, but what the fuck do I know? But anyway, it's like here, and I'm a very much a devout Christian, right? But let's just call a spade a spade. We got some confused Christians.
Yeah, we do.
Right. I
mean, that's the problem. Well, I think that's an issue that the government has created because they're the ones saying, like, let's use, for example, right now, if you don't back Israel, you're not an actual Christian. You know, when you're announcing this on TV and all these, mainly boomers probably, because I mean, I'm pretty much the Republican Party's probably lost 30-40% of its base from 40 and under or 30 and under. But when you have these guys that are watching Fox News and you have these guys like Ted Cruz coming on the TV going, well, if you don't back Israel, you're no Christian. You're not an actual Christian. It is in our duty in the Bible that we must protect them and all this bullshit. And it's like, what are you talking about, man? Where are you reading this at?
Right.
You know? So I think it's just they're manipulating people.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. And Israel isn't necessarily right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Israelis and the Palestinians have been fighting for years. I mean, that's not stopping.
Right. Right.
You know, it's just not. And now.
Well, the problem is what we want here in America. We want to stop funding it. That's what a majority of us want. Stop sending our money. Stop sending $30 billion over to Israel to fight a war that has nothing to do with us in the name of, well, if we don't fight it over there, they'll come over here. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Stop. Because if that was true, then you'd stop all the fucking SB1 visas and all these fucking the work visas that are bringing them over
Well,
here,
not only that, but
know?
they're worried about Israel saying, hey, if we don't fight it there, they're going to fight it here. What about Mexico?
Exactly.
Right? We got all kinds of people here. They're
coming up on the border.
I mean, look at what's going on in this country from Mexico. You're talking about sex trafficking. You're talking about fentanyl. You're talking about it's all coming from the southern border. But they're okay with letting them come in.
Yep, I know.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Trash can? I got this chew in my mouth. I need to take it out.
No, you're good. All right, we're back.
So, yeah, like I think the reason why he's adamant, he being Trump, is adamant about backing Israel is he don't want to lose the voter of that diehard Christian/Catholic. And
Christian
here,
Zionist, pretty much.
Yeah. And here, at the end of the day, the Catholic Church, I mean, come on, dude. That organization is migrating left. As I mean, look, you have a pro-choice pope. The last two.
You know, I try to tell my brother about that because he's a big Catholic. You know, I need to bring him on to talk about some of that stuff, dude, because I thought the same thing, man. You know, like you let I don't get it. So we're against homosexuality, but yet you allow them into the church, the Vatican. I'm not really understanding that.
I mean, you're talking about, it's loaded with pedophiles. It's loaded now. It's that's
always been my issue as well. Which I can't say every Catholic is bad because they allow some Catholic priests in there to be, and I'm not saying you are either. They have pedophiles that they move around to different churches and shit, and they evade arrest.
Put it under the rug.
Yeah, put it under the rug.
Hide the shit. Like you got to expose that.
Right.
You know, and so
I know there's a ton of great Catholics. I get that.
Yeah.
But we should still be pointing out the bad, and also. The Vatican has a lot of fucking history of doing some weird shit, man. There's a ton of stuff out there that you can read about.
It's $1 billion a year tax-free industry. Come on, it's going to be corrupt.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, come on.
And I get it. The word, the Bible itself, I guess, if you were to look at it like the ones who are reading it, the ones who are embracing it, the ones who are devoting their life to God, they are not bad. But we can discuss the individuals that are running this organization, and they're doing it maybe corruptly, maybe doing some fucking weird, nefarious shit. You still got to call them out, man. Whether or not, I mean, I get it. You don't want the Catholic image to take a hit, but we got to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, it's a little late.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that's objective can poke holes at the Catholic Church.
Right.
I mean, come on.
I know, but that's the hard thing is finding people that are objective. Once they're in a group, it's hard to pull them out of that.
Oh, yeah. My dad was a complete diehard Catholic. Yeah. I mean, it's like blinders on. Like, this is what it says, and this is what we do. Yeah. Now.
Well, like you said, what Trump does, he sits up on here and says, if you don't do this, then if you don't do that, then his Christian following won't follow.
But I don't think Trump. Here, I think a lot of politicians, not just Trump.
No, it's a lot of other ones.
All of them.
Yeah.
They're going to make stances that they don't necessarily believe in solely to get voters, right?
Exactly.
And so I think Trump's a smart enough guy to realize that, do we really need to back Israel? Is it really our business? No, it's not. But he don't want to lose that vote.
But he falls in that same category then. Whether or not he's conscious to it or not,
sure he does.
He's still just as corrupt as the rest of them now.
No, there is not a politician that's ever sat in that office that's not corrupt. I mean, come on, Bill Clinton.
But he wasn't a politician. That's the thing. That's why everyone, it's like kind of what Fuentes says whenever he discusses his first initial support for Trump. When he came in 2016, he was supposed to be different. Not a career politician, not some guy that was just going to fucking sell you a pipe dream. He was supposed to go in there, drain the swamp, bring fucking Make America Great Again, the actual for Americans, like something that could build up America out of the hole that we just fucking, that the last, 20 years before that put us in, all the wars, all the spending, all the bullshit. He was supposed to lift us up out of that. And I was like, I don't know, man. So 2016, I didn't even pay attention. I was just like, I don't know. Let me see this out. Let's see what happens. 2020, I'm like, nah, I still don't think so. 2024, he comes on here and he's discussing all these great things. What was his reason? What does he have to lose? He's already a millionaire or a billionaire. Like, well, what do you?
I think the issue there was a couple things. But just one thing, honestly, he was the lesser of two evils, dude.
I know, but I hate that. I fucking hate it.
I mean,
you're right, but I hate it.
But he was the lesser of two evils. I mean, you saw what happened under the Biden administration, and then come on, if the Democrats come to the table with anyone but Kamala, they probably win.
And when I say you're right on that, I mean as if like you are right. That's usually what we do is we pick the lesser of two evils. But unfortunately, from what I've seen, I see no difference between the two parties right now, other than there's a couple of things that have helped out on the conservative side. You know what I mean? Like maybe a couple of key issues, but everything else, they're still spending. Immigration is still fucking flowing in here. They're barely fucking deported anybody. We're still at war with fucking people. We're still getting taxed out the ass. What has changed?
Hold on. What about the cost of living?
Cost of living has gone up, dude. But that's due to fucking just them continuing to print money, you know, and our debt continuing to rise. We're at 39 trillion. I think we just hit.
Yeah.
So I mean, your money's not going to be worth anything if it's we're just printing it over and over and over again.
And the way things are going, you're probably looking at 10 years, there'll be no middle class.
I know.
You'll be rich or you'll be poor.
That fucking scares the shit out of me.
It's terrifying.
The only thing I can think of is that something will probably happen. There'll probably be some big war. I'm sure that happens here in the next 10 years. That's what I keep thinking is going to happen. I don't know about you.
Maybe less than that.
You think so?
Oh, I mean, you know, there's some of these people, I say these people, these countries, they're not scared of the United States anymore. You know, and at the end of the day, the patriotism that came from World War I and World War II and the Korean War after Vietnam, that was done, right? Because they see how they were treated, right? So all those dads that told their kids, hey, this is what we do. We go fight for our country. Now those baby boomers that went to Vietnam, they're like, fuck that. Don't go.
Right.
You know, versus, you know, Korea, those guys ain't scared to die. They'll go die for their country. Russians, Muslims. I mean, hell, Osama bin Laden talked how many people into getting in a plane and driving it into something. Well, you're going to talk any Americans into doing that?
Some would say that wasn't Osama bin Laden, but that's a conspiracy. We can talk about it another day.
Yeah, I mean,
whoever it was, I get what you mean.
At the end of the day, it could have very well been an inside job just to get people to want to go fight because no one wanted to go over there.
Well, I think it was a mix. That's what I believe happened. I mean, I know 9/11 was definitely an inside job, but whether or not who was responsible for hiring those terrorists that hijacked the planes, I mean, I don't know. They all had Saudi Arabia fucking passports. So why did we go to Iran and
something
Iraq?
Always has to happen when politicians want war, okay, and they can't get their way.
False flag. That's
something goes down. So here in the 60s, it was the Kennedy assassination. What was the very first thing Lyndon Johnson did? Kennedy signs the white paper saying he's only intervening with tanks and shit like that. He's not sending troops over. He gets killed, and the first thing Lyndon Johnson does is send people over. He knew goddamn good and well.
Yep.
Right? And so now you had the same thing with the Middle East, but as soon as that shit happens, everyone's like, let's fucking go.
Well, again, too, look at what Kennedy was talking about, you know, in his speeches. He was talking about secret organizations and people infiltrating our government and, you know, a lot of fucked up things happening. And then he gets offed.
Yeah.
You know, Trump was talking about that for a long time, yet they tried to off him, which is weird.
Yeah.
We never heard what happened to that guy. We know more about fucking the person who shot the fucking National Guards people than we do that guy.
Yeah, and then they want to blame Kennedy on the mob. It's like, come on. Yeah, did the mob probably want him dead? Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's
more like the mob, the CIA.
It's laughable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really laughable. Like, here, did they benefit from Kennedy getting killed? Fuck yeah, they benefited from it. But are they powerful enough to hide it? Like, they're powerful enough to get it done.
Yeah.
Were they powerful enough to keep it hidden? No. Not even close to being close.
No, and there would have been a bunch of mob members arrested for that.
Yeah.
There would have.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. The people who are going to get stuff done like that are going to be CIA.
Yes.
It's always going to be CIA.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, though, with Trump, that's why I feel like he got flipped. He's not dead. He completely 180'd on his campaign. I think they got to him. I think they sat him down. They slapped him on the fucking hand. They said, "You better chill the fuck out." It was cool that you were talking about draining the swamp, all this shit. Swamp's not getting drained. All right, buddy. Swamp runs this shit.
Right.
And, if you don't want to go down and end up with some fucking pedo shit on your computer, I'd probably chill out, which is why I'm surprised they're actually releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah. When are they going to do that?
I don't know. It's here pretty soon. I know Thomas Massey got all that signed and sent over. So
whatever we see ain't going to be the quote unquote files.
No, it'll be all redacted.
Oh, yeah.
They said the FBI is already working right now on what they can and can't release. So it's like, what was all that for?
Right. Like, there's way too many people involved in that. Way too many famous people, high politicians, high powered
Donors,
people. That are involved in that. I mean, come on. You mean to tell me that human trafficking, I mean, it's a bigger criminal enterprise than drugs, right? And that's because there's a demand, right? And I'm not talking about prostitution, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a woman who
wants to sell herself,
her just doing it on her own, wants to do it, right? And I'm not saying that's okay morally, right? But it's not someone getting forced into it, right?
Like kidnapped and sold,
right?
You're right,
right? And at the end of the day, that you have to change the hearts of men.
Why do you think that is growing? Because you ever see that shit? You ever seen Tim Tebow come on and talk about like the map, and it's like all these red dots all over the United States that are consuming like child porn? It's fucking crazy, isn't it? I don't know what that is. I don't fucking get it.
I think when your drive to have sex or get what you want sexually is suppressed, not only does that drive grow, but it grows perverse.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
And so here, let's think about
and
this.
then add fucking porn on top of it, where they're trying to sell teen, fucking all this weird fucking porn. Yeah, stepmom,
like,
stepsister
that's
shit. Yeah,
gross.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, come on.
Yeah, and they're selling it everywhere, dude. Like it's all over the fucking place, and it's like, god damn, man. Like you want to fucking watch porn? I get it. You know what I mean? Cool, do it your own. But why are all these porn industries? What's the deal with that? I guess, but they're meeting demand. That's what they're doing. But still, do we not have some type of morals? A little bit.
Now you got guys jerking off to AI. That's like jerking off to Jessica Rabbit. I mean, and Jessica Rabbit was fucking hot, but I'm not going to jerk off to her. I mean, seriously, it's weird. It's weird, and I can't wrap my head around it. And like, here, come on, all guys jerk off. Everyone jerks off, right? It is what it is. But clearly that drive grows perverse. I mean, here, let's look at this. Think about this, okay?
Julian just jacked off before you got here.
There you go. Right. but here, think about, are you married?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were single, okay, let's say you went through a dry spell, right? You didn't get anything working for months. Let's say it happened to everyone.
Right.
And next thing you know, you go home with someone who you would never even think about going home with.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden that 4 looked like an 8 to you.
Yeah, you're talking about like 2 a.m. at the bar?
There you are.
Yep.
Right? And so, and like, you wake up next to, you don't know what the hell that is, right?
Yeah.
And so I think, here,
I guess some people just get pushed even further.
Well, here, look at dudes that are in jail.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
These are straight dudes.
Doing a 20-year fucking run.
Yeah. Right. And so
Carl might look kind of cute after.
There you go. Right. And so that. And then you have to ask yourself, what I can't figure out is why these people in positions of power who can really get whatever they want.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
who
you're good.
can really get whatever they want, yet they're choosing a little boy.
But that could be the flip side of it. They've had so much. Like, could you imagine just cracking every hot chick that you want? Anybody. You got fucking money. You're a 1% dude. You're just fucking the most hottest fucking girls you can. I think some of those dudes at some point, it's like a king who has everything and gets fat and fucking like a piece of shit almost. You know what I mean? Like you just turn into a fucking piece of shit. I think some of those guys deal with the same thing. They just have so much abundance that now they're like, what's new and exciting? Because I don't get a rush anymore. And then they go into shit like that. But I
can't wrap my head around that.
I can't either because I don't know. Having kids, I don't see how the fuck you look at a kid and think that. You know what I mean? It's got to be some sort of dominating thing too as well, like power.
I can't see how dudes my age look at girls in their mid-20s and are sexually attracted to
How old are you?
I'm 47.
Well, mid-20s. I mean, you have the Leonardos out there, you know. We were just actually talking about this before we came on.
You got kids?
Yeah.
How old are they?
I got a 15 and a 7-year-old.
Okay, so is your boy, girl? Talk to me.
Oh, I'm two girls. I'm not talking about my kids.
No, but
I'm going to be biased when it comes to my kids.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is when your daughter is now 27, you're going to look at that 27-year-old and you're going to see your daughter.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
But we were talking about this earlier. So Leonardo DiCaprio dates 18-year-olds, okay? And it's a big thing. You know, a lot of the people don't like it. I get it. It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Fucked up.
But where's the line? You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
is there really a big difference between a 17 and an 8-year-old, 18-year-old?
18. I mean,
really, seriously.
You know, but where's the line? What should he date? 30, 20, 25?
How old is he? My age?
Yeah, no, he's like 55 or something. 50 maybe, you know?
I mean, dating an 18-year-old, I mean, maybe he's doing it because he thinks...
Oh, what if she's 21? Does that make it any better? I mean, it's fucking 3 years apart. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that it's something that you should shoot for. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is like, we set lines, we're moving them now. You know what I mean? Like, if that dude wants to date an 18-year-old girl and it's fucking consensual, I mean, what can you do? I mean, you can have the opinion and call him a piece of shit. I think it's kind of weird. I mean, she's fucking 18. What do you guys have in common? Probably nothing. You're probably just cracking. That's it. You know what I mean? But like, so is 25 cool for him? You know what I mean? Like, think of the hottest chick you know, and think about you being 40 and she's 23. Are you and she rolls up on you, she starts flirting with you, she wants to go home with you. Are you going to say no? Probably not. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at things.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what's right and wrong.
I'm also married, so you have to put myself in a single man's head.
Yeah.
I mean, I was down the Lake of the Ozarks this year, and I was 46 at the time, right before I turned 47,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a 19-year-old girl come up on me, and I was like, no shot.
But you're married. I'm talking about single.
Well, but I also I evaluated this because I had no sexual attraction to her at all. I mean, she was a beautiful girl too, but I didn't have any sexual attraction to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now that could very well be because I have a 14-year-old daughter. She's 5 years apart, and then I also have an older one too. So it's I mean, you're 9 years younger than my stepdaughter. It's like,
right.
No,
I get it.
And so that's. I think it's different when you have girls, maybe. For me, it is at least.
Yeah.
That's definitely been a game changer for me.
No, I could see that.
Now, if I didn't have girls, I'd probably think way differently.
Yeah. Or if you're single.
That too.
Or if you got divorced tomorrow, it might be a little different thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's in the end, I mean, fucking what can you do? It's Leonardo DiCaprio too. I mean, what the fuck can you do? He's fucking A-list Hollywood celebrity. I'm sure those girls are fine.
And he's incredibly attractive.
Yeah,
and I'm straight, and I could look at him and say that dude's good looking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if fucking and these women watching right now, Jason Momoa walks up on you. You know what I mean? That dude's a fucking good looking guy.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, you know what I mean? 21-year-old Jason Momoa, and you're a 35, 40-year-old lady. I mean, I doubt you're going to say no.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? So,
probably not. Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those tangents on the podcast we just fucking spider webbing off of. But to go back to the whole politics thing, to wrap that up, I think in the end, I hope that it works out for us at least. I don't think it is as long as these people stay in power. But I don't see us ever fixing this at all.
The only way you can fix it is you have to have someone who is moderate.
They won't allow that, though. You got to think about it. Most people make their choices off of feelings, right? We do it with everything. We don't look at things objective or what's logical or what's right. It's more of how does it make me feel? Does it make me feel angry? Does it make me feel happy? Does it make me feel sad? That's what I'm going to vote for. And that's what they're going to continue to play off of that. That's why during what I do give credit to Trump for, when he went on those long form podcasts like Rogan, I think he went on, what were the couple of other ones he was on a couple of other big ones, made like a tour. All of them did. That was cool to see, like, inside the mind of, you know, an actual, like, person who's running for office, what they want to do, you know, not scripted. And the left didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's crazy how they kind of shunned away from that. Which,
well, Kamala Harris wasn't getting on
right. She wouldn't have lasted fucking 30 minutes. Yeah.
Rogan would have destroyed her.
Yeah. But, like, I appreciate that. I think we need more of that, even locally here. That's why I've been talking on my podcast. You know, I've always extended the offer. Any politician, anybody running wants to come on. I've had council members on. We've talked. That's the only way you're going to get through the bullshit. You know what I mean? To be able to sit here, have some good questions to be able to ask somebody. And that way someone can actually make a logical thought. And it's like, well, that answer was kind of mid, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not going to work.
Well,
you know, like, what are they talking about?
You have to.
But if they clipped up a 2-minute, you know, reel, you know, with some dramatic song in the background and them, you know, saying all these key words and phrases that kind of gets the heart of everybody. It's like, oh, well, they just got to vote off of that, but that's just an illusion. That's not real. That's not.
Well, and
there's no hard questions in there.
People get into dialogue regarding politics and or religion, and they're not listening to understand. They're listening to respond.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, try and understand why they're coming from where they're coming from.
Right.
You know, versus immediately going into attack mode on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because at the end of the day, if we get into an issue, I don't care what the issue is, I ain't changing your mind.
Right.
And you ain't changing mine.
Yeah.
So there's no sense in trying to do that.
Well, that's the beauty about libertarianism that I keep trying to get people to push towards, is that libertarians, majority of them, want to get into government and then slash everything to give you your freedom back, right. Which is taxes, which is regulations, which is fucking all these things that are controlling us and keeping us fucking, in a sense, chained, you know, to the government. That's what they want to do. It's the old teachings from our parents when we're out on the fucking sandlot, you know, or the fucking playground. What was it? A, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
And don't mess with people. Like, don't bully people, leave them alone, play nice, you know, and we lost that as we got older. I don't fucking understand it. I don't get it. I don't know why these teachings of when we were children were so impactful. And when you're a kid, you don't really understand it. Yet those same lessons can be applied as an adult and are needed even more than ever. And yet we don't use them. We still think we know better for other people. We know how they need to live, how they need to act, how they need to think. No, you don't. Just leave, as long as they're not harming anybody, leave them the fuck alone.
Right. And if it's a situation where you have to tolerate them, like I'm at a point in my life where if I have to tolerate you,
right.
I'm just not going around you.
Right. Exactly.
I don't have time to have to tolerate. I mean, I'm 47,
right.
You know, and I got more days behind me than I do in front of me. And I'm not spending my time with someone I have to tolerate.
I tell people that all the time. Be around the people you want to be around. Live around the people you want to live around. Be around the people you want to live around. Don't let people tell you should embrace everybody. No, the fuck you don't have to do that. You don't. No. Like, you go embrace whoever the fuck makes you happy and you only got one life.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. And you don't know when the fuck that's going to end.
Right. And you don't have to be bitter and you don't have to be angry and you don't have to do any of that. Just I choose not to go around them.
I know.
It's that simple.
I know.
You know, and so there's people who, you know, because of their views, I make logical deductions and it's like, hey, you do you.
Right.
I don't have to do life with you.
Right. Have you always been like that?
No.
I know, me either.
No, I've
I
become
wasn't.
that way.
Yeah, it took time for me.
Yeah.
It definitely took. And that's what I want people to understand too. It's like, I didn't change like this overnight. This took years of weeding out old habits, old ways of thinking. It takes time. And honestly, man, I know people may think I'm a cornball for it, but podcasts really opened up my eyes to all that, because it was the first time when I started listening back in 2013, 2012, that I got to see something that was like a natural conversation, like human beings like me, like I didn't listen to just blue check marks. I listened to random people like, shooting podcasts out of their fucking basement like me. And I was like, oh, dude, I relate to that a lot, man. Like, you're kind of living the same life as me. It's kind of cool to be able to understand, your thought process and how you look at things. Like, and from doing that for years, I was able to kind of mold myself into, I feel a better person than what I was back then.
Yeah. And you become tolerant, where I would say I'm more tolerant now, where it doesn't anger me.
Right.
For a while, it's just like, God, that viewpoint is so stupid.
Right.
And, and then you just
fuck up your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose sleep over that, occupy space in your head. And it's like, I don't do that anymore.
Well, especially when you're young. You have a short fuse. I had a short fuse. I still have a short fuse, but I had a short fuse, way shorter when I was younger. And I think as you get older, you just kind of learn, like you said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the fucking fight, the battle. You know what I mean? And
there's way too many things I have to worry about.
Right.
That I'm not going to sit there and worry about each and every individual's viewpoint on it. All these little, nuances. It's like especially when, like I said, you ain't changing any with mine.
Right. No, I completely agree. But that is one thing that I have admired about you. On the content that I have seen you on. I do appreciate that. And I do want to say that here is that you don't see, I think we talked about this off camera actually, but you don't see too many people that are just genuine, that are very open just to talk like they would at a fucking bar or at where on the mats. You know what I mean? Like that shit where you're not trying to look perfect. You're not trying to be PC. You're not trying to fucking fit in line with everybody else in this assembly line. You just talk how you feel.
I'm not even kind of capable of being PC.
Yeah. Good. I admire that because that's fucking brave, dude, because you could take a hit in your business and other fucking ways. But that's what I want to see more of is that.
I'm not, I can't change who I am for money.
That's good, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I value provision for my family, but at the end of the day, like if you don't want to do business with me because of my viewpoint, fucking don't.
Yeah. Go to somebody else.
Go someplace else. There's plenty of people.
Because that's crazy in my mind that from one or two beliefs that you believe and maybe they don't, that they wouldn't come to you to get help.
Right.
Help that you could give them that has nothing to do with any of that shit.
Here, we talked about back pain earlier. It's like if I found a guy that could get rid of my back pain that had the complete antithesis of all my beliefs, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going. It don't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm going.
If he had a mask on, I don't give a fuck.
Doesn't matter. Don't matter. Knock your lights out. I am going.
Yeah. If you're good at this, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, and that's the way I was when I hired people.
Yeah.
Here, half the people that worked for me, I fundamentally disagreed with everything that they said from a political standpoint. Half of them.
Yeah.
But they were good at what they did.
I find most people are fighting online. That's really what it is. Because in the real world, I don't see that many fights.
Well, and I'll tell you something. There's been people that I've listened to, or I shouldn't say listened to, but seen things that they've posted online.
Come up to the mic real quick. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I've seen things that they posted online. I'm like, I really want to punch this guy in the face. And then you sit down in person with them and you talk to them and you find out their why. That's the key.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what caused them to think the way they're thinking? Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody has a story.
You find out their why and you're like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. I can wrap my head around that and I can now really accept your viewpoint. And I got to be honest with you. I'm probably, I wouldn't say I'm pretty far right, but because of the left went so far left, I look like I'm super right.
Yeah, the horseshoe effect.
But I have and enjoy so many conversations with people who have significant different viewpoints than I
Mm-hmm.
do. And I've actually grown to really care about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Same here.
You know,
I
I've
just had
actually
some family members over on Saturday who online are just complete fucking far left. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the shit I see that they put up there, I'm just like, I don't understand why you guys think that, you know, this side is going to do all these things and that the right side is such a boogeyman. They're the fucking same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or then people are confused about me because I bash Trump so much now. It's not the fact that I'm bashing him for no reason. I'm calling out a man that I voted for. He's not doing the things that I voted for him to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fucking put out there what I don't like.
Do you know how many presidential elections I voted in?
How many?
0.
Really?
Well, no, I take that back. I voted for Obama
right?
won.
Yeah.
Obama won.
Yeah.
I voted for him. Never vote again.
Yeah, I don't
Never
blame
voted
you.
again.
Not after that.
Because well, not only that, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters who gets in.
Well, that's how I felt for a long time. So I hadn't voted since Gary Johnson in 2012. And I ended up voting this last election. But I did it because I'm like, man, I'm getting older. You know, I want to make a difference. I don't believe voting does. But damn, dude, you got to try at some point. This guy, his campaign was fucking great. Like, man, maybe I'll give him a shot. But then to be let down again, it's just like, damn, dude.
You're always going to be.
I know.
You're always going to
Until they change it. And the only way to change it, honestly, I know it sounds fucking crazy, but you're going to have to reset that whole fucking Washington, D.C. You're going to have to reset button on that shit and get everybody the fuck out. You know, that's the only way, unfortunately.
And it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No.
I know.
No.
You got too many NPCs fucking walking around. But one more thing, though, too, because I know we're kind of coming to an end here. It's going to be kind of funny. We're going to dabble back into your core personal training, but there was
That's the whole reason
I know
on,
why you
right?
came on the podcast. Hey, I'm sorry, dude. Whenever you come on here, dude, it's gonna be.
I don't even care.
It's gonna be so many different fucking topics. I mean, even Mitch knows when he comes on. It's like we'll start talking about this, and then we're talking about other shit. But the 90-day fat loss and inflammatory reduction, I know we talked a little bit on it, but what is that? Like, what is the 90-day? It's just a program that you guys have?
So
I'm really interested in that.
So here, what's going on
Mhm.
is we are targeting inflammation by changing your food.
Mm-hmm.
We are targeting serotonin and dopamine, which are your happy hormones,
Mm-hmm.
by food.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are targeting tension and circulation by movement.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get your pain under control,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we target your fitness goals. Or let's just say, what's everyone coming in for? They want to make a transformation.
Right.
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 Well, you can't make a transformation if you're constantly in pain.
Right.
So we're targeting.
Which is a majority of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I say pain, we're talking about orthopedic and mental.
Mhm.
Right. And so we're targeting that whole system by way of exercise and food. And then once we get that under control, now we can let you work out under our guidance
Mm-hmm.
so that you can make that body transformation.
And I don't know why more people don't do that. I get it. It costs money, but think about all the stupid shit you spend money on. You know what I mean? Like me and Mitch talk about this all the time. And it's like, because I've asked him, it's like, how does somebody under a budget be able to afford this type of diet? And he's like, well, think about it. You know, you're spending all this money out to eat. You're fucking DoorDash and you're consuming way too fucking much. You know, if you look at it in the end, if you adjust all these things, you can afford it. You're just making an excuse.
Yeah. Well, and at the end of the day, you're paying it no matter what.
At the end of the road.
You're going to pay it. You're going to invest in your health or your illness. You pick.
Man. You're right.
It doesn't matter.
You're
Like
right.
and I'll tell you right now, if you got to invest in your illness, you're going to pay triple what you got to pay us.
Yeah, you ain't fucking lying.
You know, but you have to go into it with the right mindset. You have to go into it with the idea that you are going to be educated. When we do these weekly coaching calls, if you are present and you are listening to what we're saying and you are taking notes and you are actively listening and you're trying to educate yourself, then you take it with you. No one could take that away from you.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Versus, oh, give me a pill. You don't even know how it works, what it's doing. You know, it's just the easy way out.
All the side effects of that.
Yeah, it's just the easy way out. You know, so that's the whole purpose. It's like, you know, there are so many people, And I said to myself, there's no way I'm the only person who wasn't able to work out in a manner that would allow him to change the way he looked.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the key. It's like I had to take a big step back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had to focus on my food, focus on the little things, the posture, the decreasing tension,
Mm-hmm.
increasing circulation, strengthening where I was weak, improving my quality of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, now I'm able to work out the way I need to work out in order to actually change the way I look.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at. Like, so many people are like, I just want to jump in and change the way I look. Okay, great. I'll see you in my office in, a week after you fucked yourself up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not real.
It's not.
Or they'll be like, oh, that guy's on steroids. And that's why I was telling earlier. It's like, brother, I use steroids and I don't look like those fucking guys. Like,
Right.
dude, it takes fucking work.
You
man.
got to put the time in.
Yeah.
And if you think you're going to do it without X, Y, and Z, you're going to have to make some modifications.
Right.
You just do. And most of the time, here we have 32 people signed up on under our program, and all of them have came to us and just completely put their hands up and yielded, and they were like, I'm done with this. Which was the exact same thing I did. It was the exact same. And the guy that I just signed up, I'm like, dude, when I did a Zoom with him, I'm like, I see it in your face. I see the pain in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. Like, not just the orthopedic pain, just this, how do I want to say that? Just this emotional distress from all of it. He was just beaten down, and I'm like, you know what? You are in the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
You are right where you need to be.
Hit that rock bottom.
And you know what? Now you can push yourself up.
Yep.
And so those are the folks that we are gravitating toward. Right?
That's good.
It's like, we know and I tell them, look, if you do what I tell you to do and you don't get the results that you want, I'll give you your money back.
Mm-hmm.
That's how convinced I am that it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd make that bet with anyone.
But you got to do the work.
You got to do what I tell you to do.
Yeah. That's probably a struggle, I'm sure.
It is,
Yeah.
Because it always, putting something in motion always is more energy than keeping something in motion.
Right.
Right. And so now we're not just putting something in motion. We have to stop, change directions, and then start putting it in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so it's energy consuming, it's time consuming initially, but that's what you hire us for, because we mitigate that.
Right. Right.
Because now you're not guessing. I'm telling you exactly what to do.
Yeah. You don't have to go look through 1,000 fucking YouTube channels.
I'm telling you exactly what to eat.
Yeah.
You want research behind it? Here, we got it.
Yeah.
Anything I tell you is evidence based.
Yeah. I know, man.
Anything I tell you is evidence based. So it's not like something that we just made it up.
Mm-hmm.
So it works. Do what we say.
Yeah.
You'll get the result.
And the pill's not always the fucking fastest, easiest, cheapest thing, man. You're going to pay for that in the long run. Even like I've seen you discuss like mood stabilizers and stuff like that. Like, how many people are fucking on those?
There's a lot of people on them that
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on them that it's not as effective as it could be because of their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a clinical psychologist come on my podcast and say that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, number one, we're prescribing too much. Number two, the people who actually need them aren't getting the full benefit because their lifestyle's shit. And so now they got to change it, up it, increase it,
I was going to
add
ask
to
you,
it.
Yeah. Does the body build a tolerance to that?
Sure it does.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's like drugs.
Yeah, it's like anything else,
Yeah.
right? And that's why they're constantly going back and forth. But the money's in the comeback. The money's not in the cure.
Yeah.
Our whole purpose and what we're trying to do is make you independent of us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had a lot of guys do that's gotten fucked up off of those. They'll get on some type of prescription drug and then they'll just take them off, and then all of a sudden they're doing fucking heroin and meth and shit.
And how many of these SSRIs and mood stabilizers? The number one freaking side effect is suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why the hell do you want to take that? Now I get it. I'm not saying there aren't people who don't need it, and I'm not saying that there are not people who haven't significantly benefited from it. But what I am saying is, you aren't reaching your full potential without leading a healthy lifestyle.
Oh,
you're just flat out, you're not.
Yeah, you got to start there.
And there isn't a psychiatrist or a psychologist that I think can make a good argument against that.
I completely agree, man.
You know, and that's what we're just bridging this gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have never, ever told anyone to get off any medications.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've had people have their doctor, after they've went through our program, tell them to get off medications.
Or them probably voluntarily getting off because they see
I
they
don't ever
need it.
advise that. I don't want them ever doing that.
No, I'm saying them on themselves. They make that decision.
But if they come to me and say, I think I'm going to get off X, Y, and Z, I tell them, you do not do shit until you talk to your doctor.
Right.
Don't you dare. Because at the end of the day, if you're feeling good, why get off of it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're feeling good, you're waking up good, you got a great outlook on life, you know, your perspective is good, you got joy in your heart. What? Don't fuck with it.
Right.
Don't fix shit that ain't broken.
Right.
Now, if you go to your doctor and your doctor says, hey, let's give it a shot. That's between you and your physician.
Well, that's what I was thinking more of. And it sometimes can be hard, though, because, you know, we do discuss a lot of these primary care physicians. They're bullshit, you know, so it can be difficult to, you know, trust them as well. So I think more of the best way to go about it is process of elimination. You know what I mean?
Well, but you also got to look at, like, here, I look at it this way. I am way more scared of mental issues than I am physical issues. Mm-hmm. Right? Because initially I'd always roll my eyes to people with mental illness until I had a small, thank God, small bout with it. And I think God put that on me so that I could empathize.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think a majority of us deal with that, though.
I
know some people are higher than others, and I get that.
I think everyone has moments, right? Yeah. But to say that someone is clinically depressed or really battles anxiety, excuse me, you know, I really, really feel for those folks.
Oh, for sure.
And I never did. I never had any sympathy or empathy for them. And now I do. And I'm like, come on, let's really press into this. Let's work through this. Let's really, really try and help you. And it's going to take some discipline, and you're going to have to do shit that you don't want to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can't be successful at anything without doing things that you don't want to do well.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't be successful at sports. You can't be successful in your job. You can't be successful in your health. I mean, how many times do you wake up in the morning and think, oh, I don't want to go to the gym?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you get your ass up and you go because you know after that hour, your perspective and it's going to change. Yeah. Everything's going to be, you're going to feel better than you did. Nobody leaves the gym and says, man, I wish I didn't do that.
Hell no.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you have to do things you don't want to do, and you have to do them well. And you know what? Sometimes you need to push, and sometimes you need guidance.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for. That's what the whole purpose of the program is.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, you know, even when you do get healthy and you do get shed that weight off and get to that body that you've been wanting, you're going to feel a lot better than what you felt. A lot better.
Yeah.
But it's not going to cure everything. You're still going to deal with shit. Even me right now, I've done a 180 in my life from my earlier 20s to now my early 30s. I still deal with shit, man. Yeah. And I get to some dark places sometimes. Dude, you know, there's some ruts.
Through some serious shit in my life.
Yeah.
You know, I went through some serious shit.
But I mean, even like recently, you know, I've been in, there's been, I mean, months, man, where I'm just at a fucking dark place, and you just, the only advice I can give, man, is that it's life, man, you know, and you gotta figure out how to fucking get out of it.
Well, you get, number one, you have to have a support system, right? Here, and me being a Christian, I am like, I pour into that.
Right.
I do. I pour into that big time, particularly, and I should pour into it no matter what my circumstances are.
Right.
But I have a tendency, like anyone else, that when shit's really bad, you're like, man, I really gotta get close.
Right.
You know what I mean? I gotta really get close to God and really figure out what he's trying to tell me throughout this whole entire thing. Right. And I'm not perfect. I mean, here I cuss, I make bad jokes. I'm, you know, but
I wouldn't trust somebody who told me they were perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
I mean, I'm far from it. And, you know, but that being said, I do know where to turn, and my faith is really, really strong. And honestly, I look at people and they're coming to me and they're in a very, very, very dark place.
Right.
You know, and it's my job to work with them, because I say it in my reels. I want to change the way you think, the way you look, the way you feel. And it should be think, feel, and look. Because if you change think, feel, look will take care of itself.
That's right.
And it's the least important, in my opinion, right? I mean, can you put a price tag on feeling good mentally and physically? What would you not pay to feel good mentally? I can't think of a number.
Yeah.
To feel good mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Right. And it's there, but you got to put in the work.
It's going back to that blowjob joke.
I mean, right. Yeah. I mean, seriously though,
but
what would you not? I mean, I try to think, like I would be taking seconds out on my mortgage.
Right.
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 Because at the end of the day, it's like that affects how you are as a husband. That affects how you are as a father, and as the leader of your family, which I believe the male is.
Yeah.
That you come home feeling like shit, your whole family's going to feel like shit.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to bleed over to them. And that's why it's so important, to, everybody says, these dads, hey, I'll die for my kids. Yeah. Why don't you try living for them? Get your ass up in the morning, get to the gym, eat right, spend the time, you know what I mean? And live for them. And I got to that point, I had I got to have my hip replaced January the 8th. I mean, I beat the shit out of my body. And, I got to the point where I was like, I'm not letting my kids look at me one more minute laid up in this bed. I'm not. And are they going to make fun of me sitting on the floor in the morning doing my exercises? Yeah, they do. But you know what? When I pop up and I run with them all day long, they don't say shit.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm not letting them look at me this way anymore. It's one thing when you're 80, that's different, but I'm 47 years old, and I'm not going to let my decision-making affect them. I'm just not.
Right.
Just not. So that I can eat what I want, so that I could, be lazy, so I can not do what I know I'm supposed to do in order to be the husband, father that I'm supposed to be. No shot, not doing it. Especially now that I know that it affects me mentally and how that bleeds over. Mental health is so important, and there's no regard for it. Insurance don't want to cover it. I mean, if you don't have the money to take care of yourself, it's like, where are you at now? I mean, is this program here? We make it cost effective. I adjust payments so that people don't have financial burdens. I do what I got to do in order. I don't want anyone to not be able to do it because they can't afford it. I don't want that. That's not what I'm trying to do. But this is a viable product, bottom line. And like I said, what would you not pay? If I told you, if you give me $500 a month for 6 months, and I promise you your mental and physical well-being is going to be a 180, are you going to pay it?
Yep.
Yep. So, and if, or whatever, and if you say, oh, I can't afford 500. Okay. Well, we'll space it out over a longer period of time. What you tell me what you can afford.
Yeah. Now, is it that you can't afford it, or you don't want to do it?
Or you just don't want to do it, right? Because I'll make it affordable.
Yeah.
Don't look at it as the price, right? Now, you may have to pay on it longer, but I'll make it to where it's affordable so that you can get educated, change your life, and then simultaneously be able to educate your significant other, educate your kids, show them.
Yeah, it bleeds off into your family or your friends or your, whoever's around you.
Because here, when I was a kid, I don't remember seeing a bunch of kids walking around riddled with depression and anxiety, but it's all over the fucking place. Yeah, why?
I know. Why do you think?
I think kids are more sedentary. I think the gaming is a horrible thing. I think
the phones.
I think the phones are horrible. I think all that shit affects them. I think, they're getting bullied. When we were kids, if you were getting bullied at school, you can go home and get away from it. Now you can't, because it just buries you on social media. Now you're not just getting bullied at your school. You're getting bullied by every kid at every school.
Yeah.
And it's way harder for them.
Yeah.
But that's where us is like, here, I got a 14-year-old. I just gave her a phone. The summer before her freshman year in high school, she just got a phone. You know what social media she has? 0.
That's good.
I'm like, you got that phone so I can get a hold of you. That's it.
That's good.
You got that phone so I know where you're at on Life 360. Not so you can get on Facebook and Instagram and, do whatever.
Yeah, I regret giving my kid that. You know what I mean? Like, because I see it now and I always have to moderate it. It's always a fight.
Nope.
It's just.
She can't have it. I ain't letting her have it until she's out of high school either. Here's the other thing. 10 o'clock, that phone comes in my room. It's charged in my room.
Yeah. Smart.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like phones. They're necessary, but I don't like them.
I don't blame you, man. That's where I feel like I fucked up on, because I already opened up the Pandora's box on that. So it's like hard to fucking switch it up and do all that shit.
Here's the other thing. She plays volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
If she don't train vertical 3 times a week, I take the phone from her. Mm-hmm. So there's a quid pro quo attached to it.
What do you mean train vertical?
She's got to do her vertical training because she's a volleyball player.
Right.
Her speed, agility, her vertical 3 times a week.
Oh,
if she don't do it, she don't get the phone.
Nice. I think that's what I'm saying. More people need to do that, man. I think we'd
see
less.
And it's not only that, because I don't really give a shit what her vertical is.
Uh-huh.
Right? I mean, yeah, obviously I want her to.
Yeah, but you're teaching her discipline.
I want her exercising regularly.
Uh-huh.
Because I know what that does for her mentally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be disciplined for you right now.
Yeah, this is the same shit. I'm telling you, I have these fights a lot with my daughter, man. She's a good kid. She gets good grades. She's a cheerleader. She's a good girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's some things that I'm trying to implement now that she just turned 15. I'm like, we need to start getting in the gym. We need to get that phone time down. We need to fucking do this and that. It's like, but it's a fight, which I'm sure it is at your house as well.
Not anymore, because she knows I'll take that phone and throw it against the wall. I'll shatter it. I don't care.
I've had many of those fucking times where I've threatened her to do that.
I'm getting my way.
I'm thinking about doing it myself, too.
And my son, too. I'll tell him, Frankie, I will break, because he knows I did it to his other Xbox. He had an I had to buy him another one, but I don't care. I went up there and I shattered that fucker. Because I told him, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I promise you, I'm going to break this thing.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I went in there, picked it up over my head. I slammed it, shattered it. He didn't have it for about 6 months. I said, when you show me I don't remember what it was, that you're consistently doing X, Y, and Z, I'll get you another one. Until then, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
And now I just got to look at him. He gets up, goes downstairs, starts doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, but see, I have that too, to where you can look at him, let him know I'm being fucking serious right now. But it's just, I don't know. I noticed it's kind of like a back and forth. And like even today, I kind of had like a little bit, where I was thinking about it and just kind of pissing me off. I'm like, what is this game of back and forth? It's like they're good for a while, then they fall off.
That's just kids.
I get that.
That's kids. They're going to do that.
But I'm starting to get to the point, like you said, and I've threatened this many times. I will take that phone and I will smash it in the fucking driveway.
No,
okay?
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
I'm getting to that point.
And so it may cost you a little bit of money, but it's worth it.
No, I'm not buying it. I'll buy a phone maybe 6 months later.
That's what I did.
A year later.
I did. I waited about 6 months before he got it again. Yeah. Because it was, it's a $400 machine, whatever it was. I don't know. But I didn't, number one, I didn't have the money right then and there. And number two, I ain't going to just give it to you. You're going to prove to me through consistency that you get to have it.
Well, the problem is, too, is I'm fighting her peers. You know what I mean? She's going to public schools. Half of those fucking parents don't give a shit about their kids, or they're fighting the same battle as me. So it's like, fuck, man.
I dealt with it, and I told the parents, when your kids come over my house, I ain't policing their phone. So they don't get it. If you can't call me and you ain't close enough with me to call me, then your kids probably don't need to spend the night over my house.
Yeah.
And that's how I postured, because I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. They're going to, like, when they're in my house, my kids don't have a phone, your kids ain't having their phone, because I ain't policing that shit all day long. I ain't wondering, well, you're on YouTube, or you're on Facebook, or you're on Instagram, or you're on this, or you're on that, right? It's like, I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah. You ever get scared that it might blow back on you when she gets older?
I give her leeway.
Right.
I don't.
You got to have some leeway.
No, I give her leeway. I do. I do. Like on the weekends, she can have it till midnight. Her curfew's midnight. She's 14 years old. She could be over at a friend's house. If they're not spending the night, she got to come home at midnight. Then when she comes home, give me the phone. You don't need it all night long. Go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mine still has a bedtime. 10 p.m. on weekdays.
I don't want to be that dad that restricts them so much that when you do let the reins go, they go crazy. Right. And so my parents didn't do that to me.
Well, that's what I worry about. You know what I mean? It's like if you're too, not saying you are, But, you know, it's that battle of what's too strict.
Well, and you also got to make them understand your why.
Easier said than done.
Not easy. No.
Because me and you podcast, we know how to talk. We talk all fucking day long.
Yeah.
I have these same conversations with her. She don't give a fuck.
No.
Like she understands, and maybe I'm being a little too harsh. She understands, but she's 15.
No.
You know what I mean?
It.
She don't give a fuck.
No. But
I was 15, bro.
You know, I go to him and I'll have the conversations, and I'm like, look, you know, this is why I'm doing it, and here, there's been times where I've got caught slipping, and you know, here she put one of her friends put a video of them on Facebook when they spent the night, and she came in my room, she was crying, and you know, they said X, Y, and Z about me, and I'm like, well, why the hell are you on social media? There's a reason why I don't let you guys do that, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to say something. It only takes one person to say something derogatory, and you're going to feel like shit about yourself. 100 people could say that you're gorgeous, and the other one says, oh, her hair looks this way, or her hair looks, I don't even remember what the comment was.
Oh, yeah,
but
they all do it. She's a hoe, she's this. Yeah. They all talk shit.
And she comes in crying, and I'm like, well, her friend came over, they took a picture, and they put it on her friend's social media, and then all these people started making comments about the picture. And I'm like, this is exactly why.
I'm trying to protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can't, like if somebody says, oh, Frank, you're ugly and you're bald, and yeah, okay, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't make no difference to me what you think about me.
Right.
You know, I'm 47. It doesn't matter to me. But when I was 15, it would have.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know, that'd have been, you know, horrible. Yeah. And I was a pretty confident person.
Yeah.
You know, but that would have hurt me. Right.
I see it a lot. I see it, especially in females, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, you know, and, you know, kids are mean, and and they're always, that's not going to change. And they're going to make their comments about whoever, you know, and at the end of the day, at some point it's going to be your turn, and you're going to have to be able to deal with that shit. Right. But it doesn't mean you have to do it publicly on social media. You're just not, I'm not putting you on that. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. I don't blame you, man. It's not a good place.
No,
you know?
No, here, there's grown ass men and women can't handle social media.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen some of the shit people post?
I have a hard time. I have a hard time dealing with it sometimes. Like I told you earlier, like when I look at some stuff on there, man, why isn't my life like that? Why don't I look like that? Why, you know, I'm fucking 33 and I have these thoughts. Yeah. Now imagine my kid.
Yeah. Comparison's the thief of joy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You know?
I tell my kids that.
And here, it's not like everyone's putting their bad days on.
No,
I say
it all the time. Yeah. The social media is like a highlight reel.
It's not like everyone's taking a picture of their bank account when it's negative 300 and putting that on social media.
Or them going to work, or them waking up fucking pissed off.
Yeah. So they're putting the highlights of their life. You're looking at the highlight reel on social media. Yeah. You know, they're putting their vacation and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, and I tell my kids this, the biggest prerequisite to being successful is being able to rejoice in someone else's success. Right. So if you can't do that, you will not be successful.
Right.
You can't. Now you could say, I want to take what they're doing and I want to apply it to my life so that I can eventually maybe do what they're doing. But, you know, I mean, you have to be able to be happy for people too.
Right.
You know,
right.
And I think we've taught our kids that pretty well in our house, right?
That's good.
I thoroughly enjoy watching people succeed, and it drives me. So to say I don't compare myself, I do, but I don't look at, like, you have to look at jealousy and envy, right? And they're close relatives, but they're very much different, because jealousy says, I want what Gabe has, but envy says, I want what Gabe has, and I don't want him to have it.
Right.
Right.
Or I'm mad that he has it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not ever like that. I'm like, hey, I want what Gabe's got. Yeah, I want that, but I want Gabe to get more.
Right.
And then I want what he's got still.
Yeah.
And I still want him to get more, because I want to have something to chase. Right. And it may be you, and it may be 10 different people.
Right.
You know,
you're pulling from different people the good qualities.
But the key is, and the reason why jealousy is still bad is because you can get into a situation where you're so focused on what Gabe has that you're not grateful for what you have.
Right.
And I'm very cautious about that.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been having to check myself on that.
You got to maintain gratitude.
Yeah.
You got to maintain gratitude. But you could still be like, I want what he's got.
Right.
I want him to keep getting his, but I want a little piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
so,
I agree.
That's where I'm at.
I'm about to go upstairs and fucking delete my kid's social media. Well, Frank,
I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate
brother.
you coming on, man. Yeah, I feel like we covered pretty much. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Bro, I'm good.
Okay.
That's good stuff. I
Good.
appreciate you.
Also, do you have anything coming up with the podcast? Anything you want to shout out?
We got he's a female wrestling coach at I believe it's St. Therese. He started the wrestling program. So I had him
nice,
coming
dude.
on. Yeah, I'm excited about
on
him.
What Do You Say podcast, right?
Okay. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, man. Awesome, dude. Well, hey, it was nice to meet you, man. You're welcome on anytime. I'd love to sit down and chat with you more.
Absolutely.
So, especially like I said, guys who fucking will just talk normal, and just be upfront and they're themselves. I admire that, man, and that's what I want this platform to have more of. So
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.